Hey there. Let's talk about something I'm pretty sure we've all felt. You know that strange, quiet moment, late at night, when all of our little worries suddenly feel like they've grown 10 times bigger? Yeah, we're going to get into that.
I mean, really think about it for a second. That small issue at work, or that tiny disagreement you had, maybe a deadline that's still a week away. During the day, they feel totally manageable. But then you're lying in bed, it's dark, it's quiet, and suddenly they transform into these massive, insurmountable mountains. So why? Why does this happen? Well, that is exactly what we are going to break down right now. So let's start with what we're calling the nighttime overwhelm, because it is such a universal feeling. It's this wild shift that happens as soon as the sun goes down and everything outside just stops. Let's take a look at what that shift really feels like.
Okay, look at the contrast here. It's pretty stark, right? During the day, we are just go, go, go. We're busy, we're juggling a million things, we're surrounded by constant distractions. Emails, phone calls, people talking. Our brain is completely focused on everything happening outside of us. But at night, all of that just melts away. The world gets quiet, our bodies are still, and with literally nothing else to focus on, our mind grabs the microphone. And wow, can it get loud in there?
So that covers what is happening, but the real question is why? Why does our brain do this? And this brings us to this idea of a day brain versus a night brain. There are actually some pretty straightforward reasons for this huge shift, from feeling totally in control to feeling completely overwhelmed. So what is going on here? Well, it's not just in your head, it's actually your body's chemistry. See, during the day, your brain's got more of that stress hormone, cortisol, which keeps you alert and focused on the outside world. But at night, as your cortisol levels naturally drop to get you ready for sleep, the rational, problem-solving part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, it starts to quiet down too. And this basically gives your brain's emotional centers the green light to take over the show. With zero distractions, your brain finally says, all right, it's time to deal with all those things we pushed aside today. It's not trying to ruin your night. It's honestly just trying to do a bit of housekeeping.
And all of this leads us to the most important idea of all, what we're calling the distortion effect. Seriously, just understanding this one thing is the first crucial step to changing your whole relationship with that nighttime anxiety.
Let's just sit with that for a second. Night doesn't invent your problems out of thin air. Nope. Those worries, those little anxieties, they were there all along, just kind of simmering below the surface while you were busy during the day. The quiet of the night doesn't create them, it just turns up the volume on them. And guess what? This whole thing actually has a name. Nighttime distortion. You can think of it as a cognitive bias. It's a glitch in our thinking, where our problems feel way bigger, way more urgent, and way more catastrophic simply because of the situation we're in. We're tired, we're alone, and we don't have that rational perspective that daylight brings. It's basically like looking at your problems in a funhouse mirror.
Okay, so now we get the what and the why, which brings us to the most important part. What on earth do we do about it? This brings us to our last section, the art of rest, where we're going to give you a super simple, practical plan you can actually use, like tonight.
Here it is, your new game plan. 4 really simple steps. First, when that worry pops into your head, don't fight it. Just acknowledge it. Just say, oh, hello, anxiety about that presentation. Step 2, name the distortion. Literally say to yourself, this is that nighttime distortion. This feels way bigger than it actually is because I'm tired. 3, and this is the big one, you have to consciously choose to rest. Give yourself permission to not solve every problem in the world at 2 in the morning. And finally, number 4, make a little promise to yourself that you'll revisit it tomorrow, in the daylight, when your mind is fresh and that funhouse mirror is gone.
And that's really the big takeaway here. We always feel this pressure to wrestle with our thoughts, to figure everything out right then and there. But when it comes to nighttime distortion, the most productive, the wisest, the absolute clearest thing you can do is to just let it go for now and rest. The problem will still be there in the morning, sure, but your perspective on it, it's going to be completely different. So maybe the goal tonight isn't to find an answer, but just to find a little bit of peace.